Hello guys, so this time around I thought I'd do a video response to the 16-Bit Brothers video, your favorite video game based on a movie. Now, it's hard to limit this down to one, so I got a lot of big games I'm going to show you here. But first, let's start off. Let's be honest here. Historically, there have always been a lot of bad video game movie adaptations. I mean, for example, Rambo on the NES. We could go down RoboCop. And of course, Karate Kid. These are like traditionally known as bad movie video games, but there are a lot of good, well, at least I think, are good movie-based video games. And these are some of the ones I like in my collection. I couldn't pick one. But the first one, this first one is quite simple. It is a comic movie based on a comic book that later got made into a video game series. All have been popular, and that is no other than Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game. Awesome game. One of my favorite arcade games of all time. Just absolutely love this game. You got to play this game. But let's go down a game a lot of people just don't like. And this is one of the things I think that happens more often today than people like to admit, is that a couple people out there put an idea that a game is bad, or a company, every game this company makes is bad, and then people get in their mind that it's alright to say this game is bad, and when they are in their mind that it's bad, and then when they play it, it only somehow reinforces what they think, and that is Back to the Future. I actually like this game, despite a lot of people who do not like it. The one game I don't own that I also like on the NES, based off a movie, is Jaws. Absolutely love that game. Game I have to get in my collection. Another game a lot of people just don't like, even though I don't hate it, but I love the movies, but I'm not as fond of this game as the movies, but I don't hate it either, and that is Ghostbusters 2. Everybody knows I'm a Godzilla fan, and Godzilla 1 and 2 had to be in there, because while a lot of people consider 2 not as good as 1, I like both these games. And let's be honest here, those are good when you compare it to Super Godzilla, which is just a horrible game, just impossible to play. But yes, I'm going to go down that route that everybody else goes. The game that everybody talks about when they say, well, their favorite video game adoption of all, movie adoption of video game. It's just a tongue twister. It's just sitting right there, and that is Batman the video game by Sunsoft. Quite simply, who doesn't love the music in this game and the back gadgets? This is simply just an awesome game. You know, there's Who's Framed Roger Rabbit, if you like that movie. And here's when people talk about video game based movies, they always talk about, you know, of course, cartoon series Disney games by Capcom. They talk about Tailspin and DuckTales and Rescue Rangers. But another good game on NES is The Little Mermaid. So now that we got the NES out of the way, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, okay, Trouble, how about current generation? What movie games do you like that came out this generation? Well, the first one, again, this is a sequel off of movies that were, you know, it's basically a sequel of movies that came out, and that was Ghostbusters the video game. This is basically a sequel to the second Ghostbuster movie. Again, you rehash some of your favorite characters. It kind of ties up some things that happen in the movies. It is a really, really great game if you love the original Ghostbuster movies. Now here is a movie that a lot of people may have been about, but may have passed this game because they didn't care for the movie. But The Incredible Hulk, this is by Sega. This is a really awesome game. It is an open world, smash whatever you want game. This is, in a sense, it has a system like Grand Theft Auto where the more destruction you do, then the more military you call in. So, but it's a really fun game. Just awesome game. Ironically enough, this game, in some ways, reminds me a lot of The Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction, another awesome game. But, if you want to talk about, of course, my fanboy of a series coming out, a cartoon that eventually became a movie, and these games are loosely based off of those series, Transformers War of Cybertron and Transformer Fall of Cybertron. Two awesome games. If you have not played them and you love the original G1 or Generation 1 Transformers as they're called. But let's just take a trip down PlayStation 3 real quick. And this is a game, if you love the Back to the Future movies, you have to get Back to the Future the game. This takes place 1 year after Back to the Future 3. It has Doc Brown, the original voice, Christopher Lloyd doing Doc Brown. Michael J. Fox voices a character in the last episode. He does not voice McFly in this, but it is a really, really awesome game by Telltale if you've not played it. Another great game, ironically, it's just kind of ironic I show this because the movie's just coming out. It has the original Iron Man movie, and this is a game, again, by Sega. I really like the flying around and just being Iron Man in this game. A lot of fun. And I'm going to end this up with just a couple more games, but the first two I have to show you are quite simply my favorite movie adoption games on the PlayStation 2, and that is The Lord of the Rings. Now this is, of course, The Two Towers, and this is, of course, just making sure, and The Return of the King. I know I have the first one somewhere, but these are great games if you absolutely love the movies, and if you have not played them. Another great movie game is Spider-Man 2. The difference between this and the movie is this actually has Black Cat in it. She originally was supposed to be in the second Spider-Man movie, but for some reason they changed her mind. So, really great game. I just love, swinging around the city in New York as Spider-Man in this game. I just absolutely love this game. And the next game I'm going to show you based off a movie is a game I own in multiple systems. It is a game my son loves to play, and since he loves to play it, I just got it on all kinds of systems. First of all, it is Cars. Here's on the 360. Here's it on the Wii. And just for good measure, here is it on the Game Boy Advance. Again, it's an open world game basically where you just go around, drive around. There's symbols for like races and stuff you can do, and if you want to do them, you can. If you don't, if you just want to drive around and goof around, you can. And the last one I'm going to show you is one that I like this game. I love the movie, but I never been able to beat this game because it's really hard, and that is none other than Super Star Wars. So guys, hope you like the tag response. Again, those are just some of my movie-based video games I love. It's really hard to choose just one. I don't know how anybody could choose just one of them. So guys, that's it for now. I will see you guys for another video later.